Welcome back to Sunrise on the Hill. President Trump has agreed to provide partial SNAP benefits this month. The federal judge ordered the administration to pay by Friday.
The White House also said it won't tap into other funds to fill the gap. Some states are stepping up to help those to receive reduced benefits. Here to talk about where SNAP payments stand is Sunrise's Trevor Shirley. Good morning, Trevor.
Hey there, good morning.
This has been a long road, and the latest movement began on Friday when two federal judges said, guys, you got to work this out. And then yesterday, the government came up with a plan.
Yeah, so they're going to fund the SNAP program in part, partially. So that means money will be going out, but it's not expected that most recipients will get the full amount that they've gotten used to. It's better than nothing, but certainly not an ideal situation given what's going on with the shutdown.
So the Agricultural Secretary, Brooke Wildman, says it's going to take several weeks for these partial SNAP benefits to be distributed. WIC benefits were distributed to all the states on Monday. But she also said using these contingency funds means that no new SNAP applicants could ultimately get money that they need.
Yeah, so right now it is going to take several weeks to get that money out to recipients. And the big reason for that is because even though the administration knew this was potentially coming, that this funding could run out, they didn't put systems in place or activate procedures that would have allowed them to get that money out sooner. So now they're doing that. That's the cause for the delay. In terms of the other part of the issue, you're right, because these are limited funds, new applicants won't be accepted until the government reopens and the funding is fully restored.
And the government is also setting up some restrictions, particularly around grocers. And here's what it says. It was first reported, by the way, by Catherine Ramble. USDA sent an email to grocery stores telling them they're prohibited from offering special discounts to customers affected by the SNAP funding lapse. So
I love this. Look, man, America is going to be great. Look, people are unsatisfied. You're getting a partial, okay? If you're on SNAP, EBT, you're getting partial. But what this is going to do is just make people want to work. What this is going to do is say, I can't rely on the government to feed me anymore. This is going to make us better. If you don't think this is going to make you better, then you're just lazy and you don't want to do nothing with yourself. But this is making people better. You don't need all that money. I'm tired of seeing people with EBT on social media, on Snaps, and getting steaks, lobsters, all the name brand chips, all of that. If you're getting all that for free, what makes you want to work? But I'm glad that we got a president that said, I'm going to give you half. But to be honest, the states need to start doing more for their own people. Because the states is getting the money from the federal government and wasting it and just giving it to anybody and say we need more. Okay? These SNAP benefits do not benefit the people. They make the people lazy, but all it benefits is the big stores, the big grocery stores, the food and stuff that is popular that kids shouldn't be eating. It benefits them. It don't benefit the people. It makes the people lazy. It makes the people lean on the government to get more money, to spend more money, to make other people rich. Okay? I believe right now, everything that if you own SNAP, you shouldn't be getting no steaks, no lobster, no hot Cheetos, nothing sweet, no sodas, no Coke, no nothing. Bare essentials, meat, bread, and water. You shouldn't be living like people that are working. I'm guaranteed if you live that life and you can only get meat, cheese, bread, and water, you'll do better in your life. You'll want to be better. Everybody complaining about these SNAP benefits, some people need them. It's supposed to be for the veterans. It's supposed to be for elderly and disabled. But it shouldn't be no special circumstance if you go out there, you having all these kids and you can't take care of them, or you have a baby daddy that's not coming there and taking care of you and your family. That's your fault. That's not a disability. A lot of y'all having kids just to get more money from the government. But the jig is up. That shit is up, bro. That shit is up. Laziness and having kids for just to get more money and get all this stuff for free, it's over. So what are you going to do about it? This is going to make you want to work. This is going to make you want to go out there and get it. I'm telling you, if they do give it back, they're going to have so many stipulations. You're not going to be eating like a king while you on SNAP benefits. You're going to only can get meat, cheese, bread, and water. Because what that does is that make you hungry. That make you want to do better for yourself. I don't believe in having all of these SNAP benefits and being on it for years and never making yourself better. But you have more kids, because that'll give you more money. That'll give you more rental assistance. You'll push out the dad because you know I don't need him. The government's my new daddy. A lot of y'all women making the government your daddy. The government is not your daddy. You need to be with a good man that's going to take care of the family and work and get what you want. 2026 is going to be the year of the hustlers. 2026 is going to be a year of the people resetting themselves and wanting to go out there and get it. Because if you're not going to want to go out there and get it, the government's not going to be there. The government's not going to give you what you want. We got to start working for what we want. But a lot of y'all don't want to do that because y'all getting this government assistance. You're not veteran. You're not disabled. You're not old. You're young and you got 4 or 5 kids. And you just want to be taken care of. Or you from a different country, you get here, you're a refugee asylum, and you want your handout, you want to be taken care of. But you're doing nothing to better yourself, to make sure that you are in a better position. This is the change that's coming. I don't think y'all understand. This is the change, man. I love this. Anybody that's complaining about food stamps and not working, I don't feel sorry for you at all. Because you got to work for what you want. You want the cars, you want the watch, you want the iPhones, you want all of this. Go work and get it. Don't worry about the government. The government is to be there when you at the lowest of the low. Okay, I need that to survive. But there's no way you should be on these food stamps and eating better than the people that's working. There's no way I should see anything in your basket that's name brand. And they hip to the stores. Don't be trying to discount the Cheetos and discount all this stuff now. Nah, keep that high price. So these people can be like, I can't get that because I got limited money. A lot of y'all getting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but y'all ain't doing nothing with it. You wasting it. You selling your food stamps to get your hair done. You selling the food stamps to go do something else. But you're not using it for what it's for. It's wasteful money. That's why y'all don't need all this money. You don't need all of this money. All you need is the bare essentials. Look, I tell you this, meat, cheese, bread, and water is not expensive. But you know what expensive is? Coke, Cheetos, steaks, lobster, shrimp, noodles, expensive rice. All that's expensive. But the bare essentials ain't expensive. Trust me, I know. I've been there before. That's what we grew up on sometimes. You can get you a whole sandwich under $1.50 if you do it right. But y'all want to get steaks. Y'all want to get all this stuff. Living like kings, but off the government. Off of taxpayers' money. We ain't got time for that, man. If you broke, do something about it yourself. The government not here to bail you out. And I love that it's going to keep going because we got a government, we got an administration that ain't backing down. It's either you're going to be the haves or the have-nots.
That was rather unexpected. Let's see what lawmakers have to say about it. Here is Mike Johnson and Hakeem Jeffries.
The president is desperate for SNAP benefits to flow to the American citizens who desperately rely upon it.
This is an intentional decision not to pay full benefits because the money exists.
So the money exists, and some of it is going to go to those folks for SNAP.
Yeah, I mean, and both sides are arguing that the White House is using this as leverage to put pressure on Democrats to come to the table and start negotiating to get the government back open quickly. We know that because this is only partially being funded, it's not going to last likely much more than a month, and then we could potentially be back in the same situation we are right now.
So let's take a look at the folks' impacts here within the DMV.
That's the one thing I love about this. And I'm doing research on this. 42 million Americans participate in SNAP. How many of that $42 million actually need it? How many of that $42 million are disabled, veteran, elderly? Okay? The other people can do something and make this money. So when I see these numbers, and it says the white non-Hispanic is 35% of participants, Black African Americans 25.7%, Hispanic 15%, Asian 3.9%, Native American 1.3%. How many of those people are military? How many people are those veterans? How many people are the elderly? That's what that's for. But a lot of y'all rely on this. You rely on that nipple. Get off the nipple, bro. Do something with your life. Be better. I love the fact that we're gonna be putting into these things that you gotta work. You still gotta work, even if you get benefits. That don't mean you do sit at home and do nothing. But I love the fact that I'm telling you, you can say whatever you want to say about me, but this is the best thing that happened to all Americans, because a lot of Americans got lazy. A lot of Americans think that working at McDonald's it's not good. You too good for that. A lot of Americans think that working for Amazon, working in the warehouse is too good for that. You're gonna have to go back to those jobs. The job market is gonna be crazy next year because you gotta work now to be on SNAP. I love that. You still have to work. Because what if I get something for free, then why do I need to work? Why do I need to do anything if I'm getting it for free? If I'm getting my housing free, if I'm getting my daycare free, if I'm getting my food free, all you got to do is sit there and do nothing. How does that make the American people better? This is why the immigrants are able to come over and take over, because why? They want to work, bro. That's the reason why Americans is losing. That's the reason why we're losing jobs to immigrants. That's the reason why these big companies letting immigrants in. It's because of us. It's because of us, because we don't want to work, but this is going to put people back to work. Say what you want to say, but if you ain't working hard, you ain't going to eat. It got to get back to that. It's either work or starve. See, a lot of people, his bellies is too full. A lot of people is living too good on the government. And the government's like, bump that. If you're going to be successful, you got to be successful. That's what, look, we talk about the Democrats and the Republicans, blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't agree on everything on Republicans. I don't agree on everything on Democrats, okay? But I would definitely say I'm more conservative. The reason why I would say that is because Republicans are talking about, these are people that have built businesses. They work hard. You can say what you want to say about a billionaire, all of these people that you don't like. I don't like billionaires. But one thing I respect about billionaires and people that build companies is they build companies. As a person building a company, I know that shit's not easy. So why would I want to be mad at them for building a company to provide jobs for other people? But then you say, oh, they're getting rid of people. Well, they're getting rid of people because y'all don't want to work. So why do you think AI came into a play? It's because y'all rather sit at home, get money for the government, and not work for these companies. So why do you think AI came into play? You think AI just came because they just said, oh, let's create something new? It's because of the people. It's because y'all getting too much money. Y'all pockets is too full. Y'all bellies is too full. Y'all not starving, so you're not willing to work. So that's why we got Amazon getting AI. That's why we got UPS laying off all these people. Because y'all don't want to work. Y'all got attitudes. Y'all got all these things. Y'all not productive. You don't want to work. So when they say make America great again, they're not talking about slavery. America was great again when people was working, when people had a job, when the fathers were in the home, especially in the black community. That's when America was great. Everybody was working. Everybody was proud to have a job. Remember, everybody was proud to work for the car manufacturers. It was proud to go to the refineries. People are proud. People ain't proud to do that no more. People don't want to work. People want the quick hustle. People don't want to do the things that they have to do. Oh, I want to be a TikTok star, but you're not willing to put in the work. The jig is up, bro. And I love seeing this because if you don't get on your job, if you don't get on your hustle, you will be left behind. You will be working for free. You won't be here. So what this administration is telling you, if you have not noticed that, is you better get on your shit. You better get on your job. You better stop playing around. Cause if you still crying about SNAP and you still got your hand out, you will get left behind. We got an administration that do not care about lazy people, and I love it. The people that's working hard, the people that's going out there and get it should be rewarded. Absolutely. Those are people that's supposed to be getting the steaks. Those are people that's supposed to be going to Mastros. Those are people that's supposed to be having these $1,200 iPhones, $1,500 MacBooks, watches on, shoes, nice cars. Those are the people that's supposed to have that, not you. Not you that want to sit at home, do nothing, and live off the government. You don't deserve nothing. This is real talk. This is real talk to everybody out there. Everybody that watches this video, this is real talk to you. You don't deserve nothing, bro, if you're not willing to work for it. If you're not a go-getter, if you're not a hustler, if you're not just a regular person that's okay to go to work. It's okay to go to McDonald's and work. It's okay to work at Walmart. It's okay. That's great. You're responsible. Everybody can't be a rapper. Everybody can't be a hooper. Everybody can't drug deal. Everybody can't do that, but you can go to work and start from there and then move up. Nobody don't want to go to work and move up and be the manager. Nobody don't want to put in the work. I want to be a social media star. You know how much work you got to do to be a social media star? That shit not easy either. Everything you see people doing great, ask them how much time they put in it. Look at Mr. Beast. Look at Kai Cenat. Look at IShowSpeed. If you want to be like them, ask them how much time they put into it. 10 years minimum. If you want to be an Anton Daniels, how much time do you got to put into something in order to be successful? Years, bro. This shit don't happen overnight. And in the meantime, work. In the meantime, take care of your family. Don't be too proud for a job. Don't be too proud of if you want to be a firefighter or a police officer. Put the work in to become it. But I'm telling you right now, if you continue to cry about SNAP benefits and want your money that we see on social media, you're gonna be left behind. And I hate to say it, nobody cares. Nobody cares. The people that's grinding every day, getting up, going to sleep late, we don't care, man. And you have to understand that nobody cares. Nobody's going to give you something. You got to go out there and get it. It's time for the people that are lazy to starve. It's time for the people that don't want to grind and don't want to do anything to starve. Because one way or another, you're going to get off your ass and start working. It just has to happen because you're hungry. Your kids is hungry. Something inside of you finally going to tick and say, I got to go get it. And this is what this is going to do. Half of the benefits. When you at Thanksgiving and you ain't eating like how people that work are eating, it's going to click. When you had Christmas coming up, you ain't got no money, that much money to have a great Christmas meal like you've been having before, it's going to click. This is the perfect time for y'all benefits to go out. It's during the holidays. Because now you get to understand, I got to go get it now. Now you're going to feel the pain. Yeah, I don't like this. You didn't feel no pain in the holidays when you're getting SNAP. You can get the biggest turkeys, the ham, mac and cheese, yams. You can get all of that. But when you ain't got no money during holiday time, y'all ain't felt that. The hustlers, the people that's been there, the reason why people gone so hard is because they've been through that moment. They've been through that moment where they can barely feed their kids or feed themselves. So they had to go get it. So this is the perfect time for these benefits to go out. I love it. Because I know that a lot of people are going to finally grow up. This is going to make you grow up. This is not about the Democrats. This is not about the Republicans. It's not about Trump. It's not about, Hakeem Jeffries. It's not about none of them. It's about you. It's about you look yourself in the mirror and say, I got to go get it. Have I been my best self, for my family, for my kids? Have I got off the couch? Or have I just looked at my bank account on the first and go to the store? So half the benefits, y'all lucky y'all getting that. But what are you going to do for next month? What are you going to do for January when you know that money not coming? One of these days it's going to click for you. And when it click for you, you're going to be your best self. Because now you know, ain't nobody giving me nothing. I can't get the food that I used to get because I'm not going out there to get it. So you got to be a go-getter. You got to be a go-getter. There's no other choice. There's no other choice.